Hello and welcome to this tutorial where we are going to learn about the difference between upstream branches and the one without upstream. Okay, so we are going to create a new branch which is called Git branch, and I'm going to call this should we start with or without? So without upstream. This is just a branch I'm creating locally. Okay, so if I do git branches, git branch, you see master branch and without upstream. Okay, so if you want to create a file and then commit to it in this new branch, we can just do git switch without upstream, switch to without upstream. If want to create feature number 5, feature 5, and then app.html. okay, then close it. Then I'm just going to do git status. It's going to show us red in color, of course. Then clear, then git add everything, then git commit with a message that says added feature 5 without upstream. Right, the reason why I'm doing this is to show you how this is going online onto the remote repository without what is it called, without an upstream. So I press enter. This has been committed. If we want to push this online, we'll just say git push, and then what are we pushing? What's the branch name? Without upstream. Without upstream. Boom. Fatal without does not appear to be a git repository. Could not read access rights. So another error we need to solve. Alternatively, let's put git push origin, and then we are pushing, what's the branch name, without upstream. Boom. And voila, it's gone online but without upstream. Okay, so if I come here, sorry about that, and refresh, let's see if we are going to get yeah, it's here but without upstream. And let me see if we can get to the origin folder. You see it's created without upstream here, so it's still being locally tracked. Git branch, this is something I wanted us to learn. Git branch a, you see, so it creates the branches, and whenever you push it online, it's just going to take it without, to create the local tracking file with the upstream. Okay, so initially we used to have two types of branches, the one without an upstream and one with an upstream, and it seems GitHub just improved and made all branches to have an upstream, so long as you are communicating with your online repository. Okay, so now you understand what's the difference between an upstream and the one without an upstream, because without an upstream we will not have a local tracking file, because this here, a local tracking file, it's created a local tracking file. If it didn't have that one, then we will have a serious problem on how to track the local changes. Okay, to find out more details, we learned that we can do git branch -bv and learn, you see, without upstream. This is being tracked by this one. Okay, so this, as much as we've created this local file, I think, let me just explain further. As much as we've created this local file, it's not actively checking what the changes are between this active branch, the without upstream branch. It's not actively checking this. Okay, this branch of ours, the local branch that's called without upstream. Okay, to show you that, let me just actually elongate this tutorial a bit. I'm going to clear here. I'm going to create a new branch called git switch, and then check it out. It's called with upstream, right? Switch into it. So if we do git branch, it should be there with upstream. It's getting into the upstream thing. I'm going to create another feature. So feature 6. Do not be scared about the number of features. Then app.css. Then if I do git status, then git add, then git commit with a message of adding feature 6 to with upstream branch. Boom. Okay, so it's done that. If I do git log, it should be the most recent one, adding f6 to with upstream branch. Okay, and shows the head is with upstream branch. Okay, if I press Q here, that head, by the way, you've seen that head is with upstream. If I change, let me change into without upstream. So git switch and see how the head changes. Git switch, and then without upstream branch, I want to get inside there, and I do git log. You see, git log without upstream is the head. So head just shows us where the current branch is. I'm going to navigate into git switch with upstream. I just wanted to show you where we were. Clear. I want to push these changes. So git push with upstream to the origin file, and then we want to do with upstream. Boom. Okay, rating, depending on your internet connection, that is going to change. If I go online and now refresh, we should have a new branch with upstream. Okay, and locally to the files, it says with upstream. Now the difference is, let me show you. If I do git branch -vv, you see, without upstream is not being tracked by anything. Okay, it just shows us without upstream, the ID and the commit message. Okay, this with upstream is being tracked by this file in the origin file. So yes, without an upstream, we have a file locally, but it's not tracking it. But the other one, we have created a file. This is origin with upstream, which is tracking this file locally. I mean the branch locally through this file. So that's the difference between creating a branch with upstream and creating a branch without upstream. See you in the next tutorial. I feel like I had to do that long one to make you understand better. So see you in the next tutorial. We'll be talking about how to delete branches and public commits. See you then.